Good evening and welcome to Crawfordsville High School for tonight's homecoming contest between the visiting Danville Warriors and your Crawfordsville Athenians. This is Scott Smith along with Coach Rhett Welliver, Justin Duggar, and Coach, who's doing the
Michael Smith.
Michael Smith running the camera for us tonight. Crawfordsville just comes out on the field. Danville comes in ranked, I believe,
Sixth
in 3A, coming off a big win over Lebanon last week, beat Lebanon 37-6. So Athenians have their hands full tonight, Coach.
Yeah, we sure do. I'll just preview, like Danville, let everybody know where they're at. They come, like you said, they come in 3-0, 3 big wins, just blowing out Cascade, Mooresville, and then Lebanon last week. And Lebanon's a very talented team that was really never in the game with Danville. But we can look at some of their stats. At quarterback is Hilland, number 12. On the season, he is 34 for 47 for 72%. Excellent. Averaging 22 yards per catch on that. Averaging 249 yards a game in the air. Big numbers there.
Right.
And his favorite receiver is Ben Stevens. And by the way, Danville has a boatload of seniors.
Yes.
And if you go down and you look at their starting lineups, it was in the newspapers, these kids are really big.
Right.
A lot of kids, they hardly have anybody under 200 pounds, and they're fast. We mentioned Ben Stevens, one of the favorite receivers. Also, Burton, who is another senior.
Yeah.
Those are the two primary receivers we're looking at, and they actually have a third receiver who's he only has 7 receptions, but he has 288 yards, and that's Lucan, another senior. Okay.
Yep.
On the ground, they are averaging 205 yards a game on the ground. So you put that together, they're over 450 yards per game.
Right.
Okay, and their primary running back is Skinner. Hey, we got a junior there, okay?
Okay.
He's averaging 96 yards a game, well, closer to 97. And then it goes back to their quarterback, Hilland, over 50 yards, and then Schubert. Hilland is the senior, their starting quarterback, and Schubert's a sophomore. He's around 45 yards a game. One thing I've noticed in their first 3 games is they've scored a lot of points in the first half, and they've actually, I'll just say, they've pulled off the dogs in the second half.
Exactly.
They probably could have, who knows how many points they could have scored if they wanted to. Looks like we're getting ready for the opening kickoff here, Scott.
Yeah, Crawfordsville will kick off here to Danville to start the contest. You know, and last week, Coach, with the win over Lebanon, a lot of folks thought Lebanon was the team to beat in the conference, and Danville just put it on them. So here's Jacob Lutton's kick. It'll hit at about the
out of bounds
13-yard line and roll out of bounds at about the 7 or 8. That'll give Danville 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. As Coach said, Danville comes out a very senior-laden team. The Athenians, on the other hand, only have like 3 or 4 senior starters. We're a very young team. Our offensive line consists of 2 juniors, a senior, a freshman, and a sophomore. Our quarterback's a sophomore, Cale McCarty.
We have an offensive lineman that's a freshman.
Yeah, offensive tackle that's a freshman, right, Nathan Schrader. So, big difference in size when you're talking about seniors compared to freshmen. But
hey, what we look at is, again, I mentioned this in the 7th and 8th grade when we played Tri-West earlier this week, the speed of the game.
Right.
Can we match the speed of the game?
Right, exactly.
And, boy, they're spread out. They've got 6 guys wide.
Wow.
Okay. I've never seen this.
I have, and a guy in the backfield. Here's a little screen pass over to number 84. That's Ben Stevens. And Stevens is tackled out there by number 55. That's Calvin Cheney. Cheney making his first appearance for the Athenians.
Yes.
Coming off an ACL injury. So Calvin playing his first game. Gets in on his first play, making a big tackle.
Now realize they've got this 6 guys wide. The guy on the inside is not a receiver. He cannot go out.
Yeah, he's
on both sides.
Yep. He's a lineman. Here's a pass over to Alec Burton.
we got manhandled here. We got to get off that block.
Right.
Number 7 for us. Tanner, nope. Whoa. I got the wrong.
Number 7 for us is Kel McCarty.
Kale, you got to get off of that block.
Right.
And, I mean, he was outsized.
Right, exactly.
So you got to get off the block.
Well, here, Danville's going back into the more traditional. They brought 59 in. He's a tackle here rather than a inside slot receiver, quote unquote inside slot receiver. He's in that.
Yeah.
He's in that position. So.
And this is pretty much what Danville has done the first 3 games. They come out and they throw the ball early and throw it a lot.
Yep. Here's a pass.
Touchdown right there.
Yep.
That's Ben Stevens.
Yep.
Yep.
Number 84, Ben Stevens, with the 47-yard touchdown catch, and 45 seconds into the game, Danville leads 6-0.
Hey,
Coach, I tell you what, the quarterback Highland did a great job of selling the inside handoff. The corner bet on it just a little bit, just enough to give Stevens a couple steps, and Highland put it right on the money. Stevens took it in for the score.
You know, we're in a tough situation just with where we're at and trying to match their speed. We really need to play tight. If we're going to play off, I don't think we have a chance in the world.
Right.
Unless we're able to get some pressure on the quarterback.
Right. And we haven't been able to do
And we
that.
have not done that.
No.
The other thing there is if that safety can read that a little bit quicker,
Right.
you know, honestly, for us to have a chance in this game, we've got to have some turnovers.
Right. Exactly.
We have to create some turnovers. And then we can't turn the ball over.
Right, exactly. And we have to sustain drives.
No question.
Our best defense is our offense. You know that Coach Getz says that a lot when I interview him for previews for the paper. Our best defense is our offense. We need to sustain drives. Like you said, don't turn the ball over. No 3 and outs. We got to take time off the clock, go down and punch it in the end zone. We have to respond here. So let's see how we do. And this will be a big test for us here early. If we can move the ball and get some confidence, get some momentum, that'll help us here.
Now, the one thing I don't think we can do is just try to pound the ball up the middle all game long. We don't have to throw the ball downfield a ton.
Right.
We need to get a short passing game going with our running game. And, sustain the drive that way. Every once in a while, we need to, stretch the field a little bit, throwing the ball downfield.
Right.
But,
Here's Highland's kick. He's also the
short
kicker. It's going to be a short kick. Fielded there by number 10. I think that was number 10, Gerdes.
I think you're right. Yes.
It was number 10, Gage Gerdes. So Crawfordsville will take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
So. Try to pull up some stats here for Crawfordsville. Of course, Cale McCarty's at quarterback. We're really lacking just about everywhere it goes.
Right. Stephen Latre's our main ball carrier.
Right.
Stephen's 23, 44. Jacob Weimer also does a good job. I don't want to reset the game.
And we saw that
clock.
last week, I think.
Yeah,
Jacob carried the ball more than he had all year.
Right.
And, Stephen Latre.
Here's a little bit of something different here. Crawfordsville switches over into a...
See, I think that's our best chance right there. The only thing is that it's pretty obvious what we're doing with that formation.
Right, exactly.
So Danville, they really crowded the line there.
Mm-hmm. They have 10 guys in the box.
Right.
And if you're watching and you're not...
They had more guys. They had more guys there than we could block.
Yeah, exactly. You want hat on hat, and they definitely had more hats in there.
All right, who do we have in the backfield there as a blocker?
I think Cheney.
No, on the right side there.
Yeah, Cheney's in the backfield.
75.
For us?
Chavez was in the backfield.
Really?
Yes.
All right. That run was by Latre. He gained 4 yards on a play. So
earlier I mentioned Stephen. He has to have 20 touches a game.
Yeah,
I mean he just does.
Right.
He's quick. He's strong. He runs hard.
He does.
Jacob Weimer's very much the same. He's just not quite as fast as Stephen.
Right. Chavez is right up against the line there. It'll be a
McCarty
on the carry. I thought it might be a little Thought it might be an option.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. Sorry.
They actually had that covered.
They did, yeah. Stevens was out there. He was right on top of Gertie's. So there's a 3 and out.
3 and out.
Yep.
Not what we wanted, though.
No.
I think Cam Saunders back to punt here.
Saunders punts it away. Good punt by Saunders. It's going to take an Athenian bounce at about
Let that
the
baby go.
23-yard line.
Let it go.
Yep.
Now, there we
There
go.
you go. Great punt by Saunders from all the way down to the Danville 7-yard line. 55-yard punt. Thank you, Barry Lewis, for that. 55-yard punt by Saunders. No return on the play, so to set up Danville 1st and 10 at their own 7.
I was watching Cam a little bit in pregame warm-ups, and he was booming the ball tonight.
Yes, he was. Yep. I was standing over down along the fence down there and kind of watching him punt. He had some pretty good punts. A fairly warm night tonight, Coach. I think.
Yeah, warmer than it has been all week.
Exactly.
We'll still take this kind of weather this time of year.
Right. Yeah, mid to upper 70s tonight. Not much of a wind right now. Supposed to get down to about mid to upper 50s by the end of the game. So temperature will drop pretty quickly once the sun goes down.
See, Danville's still spread out here big time.
Yeah, they have their top receiver over there is about 5 yards from out of bounds, and he comes across.
Yeah. See what they were doing there. That's kind of a little pick play over there.
Right, exactly.
You know, and I didn't see who we had out there on defense, but if you're not used to seeing that, then it's hard to react to it.
Exactly.
And, you know, you just got to see it, and then you got to react and understand who the ball's going to before it gets there. You see that big time in the college and NFL game.
Right. Here's your first.
There we go.
Nice job. Handoff was the number 5, Alex Skinner. Let's see who's getting off the bottom of that pile.
54.
54 and 44. That's Cole Weimer, and 54 is Manson Simmons.
Good job.
Yep, sophomore and a junior there. Brings up
Jacob
Weimer.
About
2. Jacob Weimer, sorry. I knew I'd call him Cole one time. Cole's at Southmont.
Yes,
my apologies, Jacob.
Hey, Cole could play football at Southmont if he wanted to.
He probably could. Yeah, he is playing football, just the other kind. Just
right.
European kind of football.
Okay. 3rd and short here. Danville can do pretty much anything they want, but I think they'll throw it here.
Nope. They're gonna run it.
Highland's
going to take off. Oh boy, they had a chance to hit him in the backfield.
You know what? It still wasn't bad.
No.
It's just that it was 3rd and 1.
Right. Exactly. We did a nice job of getting to the football, you know, and not standing around. That's something we didn't do very well last week against Western Boone. So nice to see that. Highland picks up just enough for a first down, so we'll give him a gain of maybe 2 on the play. Set up 1st and 10 at about the 28 or the 18-yard line for Danville.
Hey, you know, Danville's going to go back for a big hitter here real soon.
Right.
It may be right here.
Yep.
We got running.
Here's a handoff.
Good job.
Nice
Good pursuit
job.
on the run.
Good job. Jacob Weimer was there. I'm trying to find out who's getting off the bottom of that pile. 55, Calvin Cheney. You know what? Calvin's going to help this defensive unit a lot. You know,
absolutely.
Calvin's played at least 3 or 4 years of varsity football. Just his leadership on the field and his presence on the field has definitely helped this defense tonight. I mean, you know, he and Weimer were right there to make the tackle, did a good job of finishing him up, and
no question.
Held him to no gain on that play. So bring up 2nd and 10. Maybe 2nd and 11. I think he might have lost the yard on the play. Shuby's not holding that stick up very straight over there. There's a pass over to number 84. Now they're saying he got both feet down, but I think
he only has to get 1.
Oh, does he?
Yep.
Okay. That completion to number 84, Ben Stevens. Gain of about 7, 8 on the play. Bring up 3rd and 3. Again, Coach got him in a 3rd and short situation here.
See, on that last play, both of our defensive backs there went with the guy that went long.
Right, exactly. Yeah. No, they went with the short guy.
No, they went with the long guy.
Yeah, you're right.
There's a guy that ran just a fly pattern.
Right. 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Highland back to pass. Nice job by Gertie's to jump that route. and they're going to wrap him up for no game.
Hey, that's big.
That's huge. Yeah.
Yeah. Danville has hardly been stopped in
Yeah.
the first half of the first 3 games.
Right. But he was definitely looking for Stevens, and Gertie's just jumped it right at the perfect moment.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but we had a defensive mix-up, and Coach Gerald yelled at the last second for our outside linebacker to go out and cover the slot receiver on the left side.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's where Danville was going.
Right.
And it messed Danville up.
Right.
So maybe we need to learn from that.
Right.
And
Oh, that's a bad punt by
get out of the way, get out of the way.
guys.
We don't know where it is.
Yep, that takes a Crawfordsville bounce.
Hey,
That's a
39-yard line at Danville.
that's a 14-yard punt by Highland.
But back to that defensive thing. If we could maybe change our defensive alignment right before Danville snap,
Right.
just something different.
Right.
You know, make them think a little different.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, he was looking for that quick in.
That's who he was going to.
Right, exactly. And just having that middle linebacker there, and Gertie's kind of jumping it just a little bit.
Yep.
Caused him to pull it down and try to run it. And defensive line.
Our defensive line's done a good job
Coach,
so
one
far.
thing I have noticed about our offense here, look at our splits. Our splits are much closer than they have.
Good.
So here's the option play.
No. Keep
Good
it.
job, Kale.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
No, Stevens did a nice job. I think 84 is Ben Stevens. He did a nice job of going to the pitch man and turning the play in. And McCarty's going to get tackled for about a 3-yard loss.
I do not think running wide, running that option is going to work against Danville. They have too much team speed.
Yes, they do.
I think quick hitters up the middle.
Right.
You might be able to trap them. You're a team that normally has a lot of speed.
Mm-hmm.
They are really aggressive, which makes them easier to trap.
Right. And with these smaller splits, we might try that here a little bit later. Let's see. McCarty's back to pass. He's gonna throw
hey, that's good. That's good.
And it's complete. McCarty to
Searing.
81. Levi Searing. Gain of about 30 yards. 31 yards. That'll give the Athenians 1st and 10 at the Danville 11-yard line. Cale McCarty to Levi Searing, good for 31 yards, and the Athenians are knocking on the door of Danville here early. Good play call, Coach.
That was.
I mean, Danville had 10 guys in the box, and let's just run a little fly pattern. Let Cale float it out there, and Levi did a nice job adjusting to the football and making the catch.
We need to capitalize. We're down here. We need to capitalize. Yep. Good job, Cale.
Good job, Cale.
Good job.
Good job. Good read.
Gained about 4 or 5 on that.
Yep.
He did a good job just cutting back up in. There wasn't much room there, but he just kind of slithered through.
Right, exactly. Yep. Danville's doing a nice job of taking away the pitch guy, and Cale did a nice job that time of taking what the defense gave him.
I think if we went back and looked at that, I think Chavez was lined up on that side in the backfield. Now, Chavez isn't in there this time.
They subbed him out here. McCarty's
going to go pro.
in the center. Yep.
Get upfield. Get upfield. Oh. See, again, that wide stuff,
Yeah. They're quick. They're quick. Weimer did a nice job just to get back to the line of scrimmage there.
That's okay. It's 4-down territory. We got 2 more downs. Maybe get a first down rather than a touchdown.
Right.
We'll take the touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. You almost like to see him maybe roll out to the right here with Cale and try to get something over in that corner.
Yeah, I kind of like a pass here, and if we want to run, we could always run on 4th down.
Right.
Hey, up.
Boy. I'll tell you what, it was there in 37 for Danville. That's Jace Heitkamp, a senior.
Yeah.
Did a great job of shutting that down. I mean, it was there, and they just couldn't get it.
I think we're going to kick a field goal there.
Yeah, it looks like Jacob Lutton, number 14's out to try to do a field goal attempt. It'll be about a 23-yarder for Lutton.
Yeah, that's where, Danville is big, physical, and fast.
Right.
And they were just bigger than our blocker was there, and we couldn't.
Yep.
That ball's live.
Yep.
That ball is live. It's a touchdown.
Yep, and it's a touchdown. So that'll be an 85-yard blocked field goal return for Danville, and it'll be a 85-yard return for Ben Stevens. That's his second touchdown of the game, Coach. One on offense, one on special teams, and that'll give Danville a 13-0 lead.
Yeah, that's a shame because we did a great job on defense. We held them, made them punt.
Right.
We got the ball deep in their territory, inside the 10-yard line.
Right.
That's a heartbreaker there.
It is. I mean,
guys are feeling pretty good. And just boom, like that.
Right.
They don't feel so good.
Exactly. But you know what? It's all about response. How are we going to respond here?
Yep.
We've proven to ourselves now that, one, we can drive the ball on them, we can move the football on them, and two, we can stop them on defense. How do we respond after that big play? It's just like the other night, Coach. I mean, covered Tri-West and middle school, and the 8th grade game, was big play after big play, and that's kind of where we're at here too. But how do you respond? We talked about it a lot in that game. We need a response. So let's see how the offense comes out and and do something here. So
no, you're exactly right. Back to the field goal attempt. The ball never had a chance. It was just kicked too low.
Right.
And again, I think was that our first.
That's our first field goal attempt.
First of the year.
Mm-hmm. It was.
And but I was watching him before the game too, and he was kicking the ball well, getting it up.
Right.
Your first chance in a game, it's different.
It is.
Than when you're just practicing.
Right. Exactly. You're right.
I'm sure he picked his head up and didn't keep his head down through the kick.
Right. Sitting from our position, it was a good snap, a good hold.
Yeah.
But you have Alec Burton there in the middle. Alec Burton's if you've ever seen the young man play basketball, you know he can get up, and so he may have had a hand in there. So Levi Searing and number 23 Stephen Latre back deep for the Athenians. We'll see if they kick it to him.
That's Latre. No,
they kick it a little short. Be picked up by 84. That's Carson Tharp. My apologies. Carson Tharp on the return. He'll get it out to about the Athenian 26-yard line. That's where the Athenians will take over. 1st and 10.
Well, let's see. I'd kind of like to see us pass here on first down.
Yeah, I would too.
Just a nice short pass, gain about 5 yards.
Right. Look, they have nobody. They have nobody 5 yards off the line of scrimmage.
McCarty.
Yeah. Their linebackers are so good. They're so disciplined. If you have a non-disciplined linebacker, it's easy to get sucked in on that fake handoff up the middle, but they didn't. They stayed home, and McCarty didn't have much anywhere to go. But getting a 2 by Kale, nice job. Setting the Athenians up with a 2nd and 8. Searing to the wide side. Saunders here to the near side. McCarty will go under center. I'm not sure who that handoff was to. Latre. That handoff to Latre. He'll go forward for about a gain of 2, so it'll bring up 3rd and about 6 for Crawfordsville.
Well,
now you're almost expecting a pass.
Exactly. That's what I. I don't. 3rd and long is just
right. Yeah.
When you're not a passing team, it makes it even that much harder to pass the ball.
Yeah. Oh boy, he had no time.
Yeah.
He had zero time.
No, he didn't have a chance there.
No. So
going to have to punt here. Hopefully another boomer by Cam Saunders.
Exactly.
But I do see, I think that's Broderick back deep. He's back a little bit deeper than he was on the first punt.
Yeah. There's the punt by Saunders, a good punt. It's going to hit at about the 45.
Let it go, boys.
Take an Athenian bounce again, and it'll be killed at about the 39. So Danville will take over 1st and 10 at their own 39 with under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Well,
hey,
Coach,
let's have another good defensive stand.
We got to get another defensive stop.
Yep.
You know, we've proven it once that we can do it. We just got to turn it around here again and do it. So.
You know, you look at our defensive line, and we're pretty stout.
Yes.
Tonight
yes,
on that defensive line.
Yep.
With the addition of Calvin Chaney at linebacker,
right.
It really helps against the run.
Exactly.
You know, you try to make the offense one-dimensional as much as possible.
Right.
The problem is man, we were right there.
Highland passes it. This catches to Alec Burton. Burton's going to drive it down, and he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. I tell you what, who was that was right there? Was that Gertie's or was it?
I don't know,
Siri?
but we were right there.
We were right there.
It may have just simply been.
39 for defense for us. Okay. Yeah, it was either. Let me see who the wideout. Let me see. It's either. I think it was 10. That was a 60-yard catch and run by Danville.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going Wildcat here. Alec Burton will be
our coverage on that was really good.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, he's going to fake the handoff. He's going to go forward for a touchdown. So give Burton the 3-yard touchdown run and make it Danville 20, your Athenians nothing. So
the only thing we could have done different on that long pass play there was the corner or linebacker, it had to be linebacker covering. That would be their tight end.
Was he their tight end?
Would be the safety coming up and making the tackle.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I mean, when they thought that our guy was going to catch the ball, they kind of hesitated a little bit, and that kind of sprung him loose. So the kick by Highland is good, and it's 21-0 Danville. But I tell you what, Coach, 21-0, and you feel like you're not playing bad football.
Right.
I mean, really, you're not playing. I mean, you're in spots to make plays. You stopped on a drive. You've had a field goal blocked. I mean, if anything, you're proving to yourself that, hey, we can do it. It's just getting over the step.
I was going to say, the quarterback, Highland, to me, doesn't have a great arm. It's a good arm.
Right.
But the way their offense is set up, it just gives him tons of options. Right. I mean, they really spread the field.
They do.
They spread the field. And the receivers have nice spacing. They're not close together.
Right.
So then the defense is spread out all over the field too.
Right.
So it basically comes up to a man-on-man situation. And when you've got mostly seniors out there going up against underclassmen in some cases, it makes it tough.
It does. That's Anthony Gonzalez on the kickoff return. He'll get it out to about the 25-yard line.
Anthony's really fast. Anthony's really fast, but you look at him there, and he looked a little hesitant running. I'd like to see him just go ahead and run, man.
Run. Right, exactly.
Run.
Yeah, pin your ears back and go. Yeah.
Okay.
Back to that long reception. I mean, I think our guys were thinking, all right, tip ball. You know what I'm saying?
It could be. Still, though, the safety has got to continue to play, and he's the guy making the tackle.
Right. Exactly.
Anytime somebody comes over the middle deep, it's the safety's man.
Right.
I mean, I like the call.
Oh, nice. McCarty's pass complete to number 5, Cam Saunders. Good for a gain of about 31 yards. That'll give the Athenians 1st and 10 at the Danville 44-yard line.
Okay, we've thrown the ball long twice.
Mm-hmm.
We've made receptions twice.
Right, exactly.
I know Coach Getz doesn't. He wants to hold the ball.
Right.
But, let's maybe keep working that a little more.
We got pro set here, Coach. We have Gonzalez in. He'll come in motion. The snap goes directly to McCarty, and he'll go forward for a gain of about 4 and that'll be the end of the first quarter. Athenians will have a 2nd and 6 at the Danville 40-yard line to start the second quarter. So, Coach, one thing I am impressed with tonight, we're competing. You know, last week, I know we weren't on the air last week against Western Boone, but, you know, we're competing, we're making plays. You know, I like the fact that the offensive line, that they closed the spacing on them.
Yep.
You know, and when we were able to move the football. So
well, and I loved our defensive line against the run.
Right.
I'm not sure their yardage running is under 10 yards, and even though they've made the long plays there and the blocked field goal, they ended up a touchdown for them. You have to like the fact that, again, I'll go back. You want to make the opposition's offense one-dimensional as much as possible. Now, again, against a team like this, you know, they're really skilled here in the passing game. Pick your poison, I guess. Pick your poison.
Exactly. And, you know, he's got such speed out on a wideouts. You know what I'm saying? Stevens.
Yeah. It's not just one guy.
No, it's Stevens. It's Burton. It's all 4 of them out there that can flat out run. So
2nd and 6 here, Scott.
See what
we moved.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that was Chavez that moved.
First flag of the game. It'll be a false start on the Athenians. Back it up 5 yards. Make it 2nd and 11.
That'd be nice to keep the flags to a minimum. It's like our 8th grade game the other night.
Yeah,
I think we had 1 or 2 flags the whole game.
Right, yeah. Yeah, we should have had a few more, but.
Right.
So Chavez and Cheney will come out.
Tonight is homecoming.
It is homecoming. You're right.
So we'll have some halftime festivities, and we'll let you be a part of that. Nice. Oh,
boy.
Oh, boy. Ball's loose. Danville's got it. Yep. Kale did not tuck that baby away.
No, he pitched it.
He pitched
it. Yeah. He pitched it. And
you're that close to the sideline, you're not going to gain anything out of that.
No, and Gage had somebody right on top of him when he pitched it. So,
again,
it'll be a turnover at Crawfordsville.
That running wide.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough sledding.
Yep. So Danville will take over 1st and 10 at their own 46. Be a handoff here at number 5 up the middle.
Good job again.
I tell you what,
our defensive line is doing an excellent job.
Yeah, Alex Skinner, the ball carrier, that's his second run for negative yards. So you're right, Coach. Great job by the guys up front. 54, Manson Simmons. I'm trying to see.
Now they're doing a great job on the run. Now if there's some way we can get somebody into the quarterback on a pass play,
right?
Man, then we're really headed the right way.
Exactly. But I tell you, one thing we've done here again, Coach. Look, how many down linemen do we have on the line?
I think we got
4. You know, we've been playing a 3-4 most of the season.
Oh boy,
84.
That's
Ben Stevens, his 3rd touchdown of the night. He just got behind Gonzalez, and Highland just put it right on the money.
I may have to take it back on Highland's arm.
Yeah. That was a nice ball.
It was.
I mean, that was a very nice ball. And, hit him in stride. He didn't even have to slow down. So, good throw by Highland. Good catch and run by Ben Stevens. That's his 2nd long touchdown of the night. His 3rd long touchdown of the night, Coach.
Yes.
If you take the blocked field goal.
But, hey, let's look at this. They've done this all year long.
Right.
Whoa, he missed.
Yep. Hits the goalpost and bounces off.
So this isn't anything new for Danville. And we can go all the way back to last year when Danville, they had a slow start to their season last year.
They did.
And then about midway through, it wasn't even midway through. It was about the 3rd or 4th game of the year, I think. They won, and then they did not lose. I do not think they lost until regional or semi-state.
Right. They won that sectional with Brebeuf and Guerin Catholic, and Tri-West.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great point. Great point. So.
Yeah, I think like Brebeuf may have knocked off Tri-West, so Danville didn't play Tri-West.
Right, exactly. Well, I tell you what, I mean, Western Boone was impressive last week, but our effort's been much better today, and Danville has just been equally as impressive. I mean, scoring on special teams and 3 long touchdown plays. But you know what? We've done a great job too. I mean, we're where we need to be. We just need to make some plays. This kick will go to Latre. He'll field it at about the 12-yard line.
Hey, I'll go back to our defense. If we can play run defense like that for the rest of this year,
right,
it's going to be a big improvement because there's very few, if any, other 3A teams in the state,
right,
that are going to have a passing game like Danville.
Yeah.
West Lafayette maybe,
right.
Tri-West throws the ball well, but they're not what they have been.
No, they're not. And we're not going to, Lebanon's going to be our next, They like to run the ball.
Washington,
Mm-hmm.
he can run.
Yeah, Jalen's a pretty good runner. He'll send Gerties in motion, the handoff up the middle to Latre. Nice hard run by Latre.
Yeah.
He'll pick up a gain of about 4 on the play.
You got to like that. I like that.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
But look where our success has been on the run.
Right.
It's up the middle, inside quick hitters.
Right, exactly.
Anytime we try to run wide, we're not getting anything.
No, Danville's defense is too quick.
Now, if we wanted to try to do like a quick hit pass to the outside, we might be able to have a little bit more success that way.
Right.
But I'm not so sure. Look how tight their D-backs are on our receivers. They're pretty tight. Cale, no, do not go wide, Cale.
Take what the defense gives you and just go right up the middle. McCarty will lose a yard on the play, bring up 3rd and about 7.
If Cale had gone straight up the middle, he'd have done no worse than gain at least 1 yard.
Right, exactly. Maybe 2.
Right.
I mean,
there was a little bit of a hole
there. Now, it would have closed quickly, but it was.
I'm thinking ahead. What else would work is kind of what Southmont does some. They'll fake to the fullback and then have the quarterback keep it and run right behind the fullback.
Right. McCarty's back to pass. Oh, boy. Whoa. He had his hands on it.
He did. I tell you what I would like to see more of at the high school level and even at the college level, I don't know why they don't do it, receivers running into the defensive back when the defensive back has their back turned to the ball.
Right.
You can go ahead and initiate the contact. You're going for the ball.
Right.
Don't shy away from that contact.
Right.
Run into it.
Right. It's a good point.
They've got to call it.
Right. Yeah, and in that situation, they would have had to have called it. I mean, he went, here's a punt right off of Saunders' leg, and it'll go out of bounds. That's a generous spot. We'll take it.
Well, he's still moving.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think that was still a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I think that
was
pretty generous. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Danville will take over 1st and 10 at the Athenian 45-yard line.
I think Danville could come out and pass here, but I think they still want to run.
I do too.
I think they want to show that they can run.
Right. They want to try to establish that.
Yeah.
Let's see. 51 on the defensive line is Keegan Young. 54 is Manson Simmons. 75 is John Chavez.
There's the run.
And 52
That's
Thomas Weir.
By far their most successful run play of the night.
That was Trevor Gerald, a sophomore. Gain of about 20 on the play. Definitely, Coach, their best run of the night.
Need to shore that up again. If they throw the ball, they throw the ball.
Well, and here's Gerald again.
Well, they've made an adjustment there.
They have.
The last 2 plays, I mean, I didn't see the one before that close, but I think they ran a trap.
I do too. Definitely ran a trap there.
And so I assume they ran a trap on the first play.
Right, exactly. Because what they're doing is they're kicking out Chavez.
Yes.
And he's running right off his back.
Yep.
Chavez is the right tackle over here. And they're just kicking him out, and Gerald's running right off his butt. Here it is again.
There's another trap.
See,
It's
72,
trapped.
72
Yeah.
right there. It is pancake blocked.
Yep.
2 guys, and he's the guy pulling on the trap.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Yep.
And that's just an adjustment they made.
Yeah, that's a good adjustment.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right, Coach. So Gerald with the, what was that, about 8-yard touchdown run? Makes the score 33-0. Danville.
So now I'm looking way ahead here, hopefully. Next time Danville gets the ball, then it's our turn to make an adjustment against that trap.
Right, exactly. But, Cook was no good off to the right. Our defense has been on the field a lot tonight.
They've
been on the field a lot. So,
they have, but they haven't. Remember, think about all the long plays.
That's true. That's a good point. Yep.
The thing on the trap, the line is going to get blocked on that. Now, if they're getting trapped, they really just need to sit down right there. I mean, they just need to go down, get low, and then try to keep their head up and because the running back's coming through.
Right.
And look to get an arm out. Or, low man wins. Hopefully you can get underneath the guy and get a little push back into the running back. But the key there is the linebackers, because when you're getting trapped, the first guy's going through and he's getting the linebacker. And then the second guy that comes through is the guy that's doing the trapping and he's getting the lineman.
Right. Yep.
So the linebacker's got to get off of his block.
Right. Or his buddy next to him has to fill that hole. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Highlands kick. It's high. Going to be
I don't like to see that ball drop that quick.
No, I don't either.
I mean,
taken by Latre at about the 18-yard line, and he'll plow forward for a gain of about 8. Bring up 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
That ball hitting the ground, bouncing like that, gives the kicking team probably another good 5 to 10 yards to get down the field.
Right. Yep.
Well, if you can catch that ball in the air, that's 5 or 10 yards that we should have.
Right. Yeah. And the up back, I'm not sure who the up back was. I think it was Saunders.
I'm not sure either.
A couple steps backwards. All right, reset the play clock. The play clock. 8:39 to go here in the second quarter. McCarty will come up under center. He'll send number 44, Jacob Weimer, in motion. The handoff will go up the middle to number 23, Stephen Latre. And Latre will gain 2 very tough yards to the 30s. Bring up 2nd and 8 for Crawfordsville.
I'm just looking at Danville's defensive line here. They're not very big.
No, they're not.
Okay.
Yep.
And actually, our offensive line's decent size. We're not getting a ton of push, but then at the same time, Danville's got so many guys in the box.
Right. Yeah. They have right now they have 7 guys or 8 guys in the box.
Yeah.
Handoff up the middle of Latre.
Nice push by Steven.
Yeah, nice job by.
Kept those legs churning.
Yep, right side of the line. Nate Schrader and Chad Irvin, 77. Jackson Kincaid clearing some space for Latre. He's going to go forward for a gain of about 5. Set up a manageable 3rd and 3.
I'm not sure. I think we're going to run it. I don't think we'll pass it.
I don't either. We're going to they're going to pitch out to Weimer.
Hey,
nice cut by Weimer. He's going to pick up a first down. Nice job, Weimer. Gain of about 6 on the play. Good read by him. Nice block out there by Cam Saunders and number 3, Anthony Gonzalez. Good read by Weimer to turn it upfield and get Athenian first down.
Really good quick feet there.
He did.
He kind of ducked in, popped back outside.
Right.
He made that the guy trying to contain the outside take a step in when he kind of dipped in.
Right.
And he really just took one step and dipped the shoulder and then popped back outside.
Yep. McCarty will go back under center. It'll be a pitch out here to Gerdes.
Upfield.
Boy.
Yeah, there wasn't anything there.
Good block by Saunders on.
Yeah, he did a good job
did a
there.
good
It's just
job
that
blocking.
inside pursuit.
Yeah, they're so quick. Gertie's a lose 2 on the play. You're right, Coach. We just haven't done anything on that outside run other than
The first down there.
The first down by Weimer. So, and I think with it being 3rd and 3, they were they thought we were going to come
quick
inside.
hitter.
Yeah, coming up between the tackles that Weimer was just able to squirt past.
Again, hey, I mean, for our sake, for the kids' sake, I hope we throw here.
Yeah.
Or not.
No. Oh. Hey, good run by McCarty. McCarty's going to get about 7 on the play, about 6 on the play. Bring up 3rd.
Ooh, I thought that was a bad mark. I thought he had another yard on that.
I did too. 3rd and about 6. So McCarty gets about half of them back on that carry. 5:50 to go here in the opening half.
You know, if we get half of this, I think we should go for it on 4th down.
Right.
I mean, Danville's shown that they can score quickly. So, I'm not sure. It just seems to me it'd be a lot better to go for it and try to. Oh, boy. Nothing.
No.
Ball's down.
He was down.
He was down.
He was down. So, McCarty sacked behind the line of scrimmage. They're going to say he lost about 5 on the play.
You know, I think we actually had 2 guys miss that block.
Yeah. But I like the smaller splits. You know, I think it's helped our offense tonight. You know, we've had some 3 and outs, but we've been able to move the ball a little bit more. There's a snap back to Saunders. Oh boy, they almost they might have got a hand on that one.
They may have.
It's going to go out of bounds. Not sure where they're going to mark that. Is he still walking forward, or is he done?
He's done.
No, he just moved up 2 more yards.
Well,
he was at the 42, and he just walked up to the 44. Yeah. So that'll be a 12-yard punt by Saunders.
Yeah, I think Danville will go back to the pass here.
Yeah, I did too. 4:42 to go here in the opening half. Stick with us during halftime for homecoming festivities. We'll find out who the homecoming queen is. I didn't pick up one of those sheets.
I did not either.
I should have.
No.
Here's a handoff to number 5. Handoff to number 5, Alex Skinner. That's his best gain of the night. Gain of about 17 yards on the play.
I'm going to try to keep an eye on our middle linebackers a little bit more here. See if we're getting up in there. See, we're starting. Weimer's coming up.
Handoff to Skinner again.
Okay.
All
now,
right.
see, Weimer got in there.
Weimer did a nice job there. Was that Weimer? Yeah,
no, that was Weimer.
Yep. All right, 4:15 to go. Danville's been running that no-huddle offense for about the last 3 years. Pretty efficient at it. Here's the handoff to Skinner again. Oh, he's going to slip off a tackle over there and finally be brought down to about the 19-yard line. Bring up 1st and 10 at the 19.
See, our linebackers are getting blocked 5 yards down the field. You cannot, as a linebacker, be blocked 5 yards down the line of field when the ball's being run up the middle.
Right.
You got to, I mean, if you're going to get blocked and the ball's being run up the middle, you just, we got to be more aggressive. Getting to the line, getting to the ball. Now, we sent a linebacker that time.
Yep, here's Skinner again. He's going to gain about 7 on the play.
Still, okay. All of our linebackers but one are getting blocked 5 yards down the line of field.
Right.
And the only reason the one didn't is because he was blitzing on the play. Good job there.
Couldn't pull him down. Highland's going to gain about 10 on the play. He'll bring up first and goal at the 5-yard line with 2:50 to go here in the opening half.
You know, we were there.
Yeah, we were.
We've got to make that play.
We were. Scoring update from Lebanon. Lebanon leads North Montgomery 28-7. Highland fakes the handoff to Skinner. Good pursuit by the Athenians. He'll be drugged down at about the 2-yard line. Bring up second and goal.
Yeah, I think that was Latre on the initial hit. You know, Highland's just carrying some of our guys and getting off of the tackle. He's got a little stiff arm going there.
Right. So second and goal from the 2. Here's the handoff to Skinner. Oh, boy.
We were there again. Was that Calvin?
Yep. No, that was...
no, that was Calvin Chaney.
Was it? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, again, though, it's his first game back. He's probably just not quite as quick as he will be.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He dove, trying to make the tackle. You know, maybe in another game or two, he's going to be just a tick quicker.
Right. So Highland will be on to kick the PAT. Here's the extra point attempt. It's through the uprights this time. So with minute 58 to go here in the second quarter, it's Danville 40 and Crawfordsville nothing. You know, for the score being what it is, I mean, you know, we've been talking about it for most of the game here. We're in positions to make plays, and you know, we've had our opportunities. We just need to finish them. You know, Coach Getz talks a lot about you know, having confidence in yourself and the mental confidence and finishing plays and finishing a game, and you know, teaching these guys how to win. And you know, it's kind of where we're at here. You know, Danville has a lot of weapons. You know, they can run the football, they can pass the football. We talked about that at the start of the game. They come in averaging 150 yards through the air and 250 yards through the air and 200 yards on the ground. You know, 450 yards a game of offense, and they're showing you now why they can do that. They have a lot of athletes across the field, a lot of senior athletes, which makes a big difference in the game of high school football. Here's the kick by number 6. Right to the trade about the 16. Ball goes to his hands, and then he trips and falls at about the 26-yard line. So Athenians will take over first and 10 at the 26. Minute 53 to go here in the opening half. They will get the ball to start the second half as well. As we mentioned a couple times, today is homecoming. We will choose a homecoming queen at halftime. We will bring you that live. We'll try to pick up the PA announcer Deontay Pete and his call as to who the homecoming queen is. You may be able to see the drone walking across the track that's shooting T-shirts in the air. Here's Cam Saunders in the game at quarterback. His first pass attempt intended for Levi Searing is incomplete. So Saunders checks in at quarterback for the Athenians. It may have just been a direct snap to Saunders because it looks like McCarty's still calling plays, but that pass definitely attempted by Cam Saunders. Saunders will split out wide. Levi Searing here to the near. McCarty will go under center. He'll send Weimer in motion. He'll hand it off up the middle to Stephen Latre. Latre keeps driving. He's piling forward. Nice push by Stephen Latre. Gain of about 9 on that second and 10 play. Bring up a very manageable 3rd down and 1. 1 minute, 30 seconds to go here in the opening half. Good job by Latre. Latre's really been running hard tonight. He's picked up some really tough 2-yard gains, and that time picked up a tough 9-yard run. So just a good job by him keeping his feet churning. Good job by the interior lineman to get a push. Again, we've shortened our splits up a lot tonight. They're going to hand it back off to the tray, and he's going to plow forward and give the Athenians their second first down of the game. Fifth first down of the game. Sorry about that. Thank you, Barry. Barry Lewis with the Journal Review up here covering the game tonight, along with Connor Smith covering it for the paper. So that gives Crawfordsville first down at their own 38-yard line. 1st and 10 Athenians. Clock is getting ready to tick under a minute to go here in the opening half. Crawfordsville's a lot more under center tonight. Here's the handoff back up the middle to Latre. He's going to gain about a yard. Bring up 2nd and 9. Indians will have to snap the ball one more time. About 10 seconds between the game clock and the play clock.
Can you hear me? Okay, hey, listen up. Nixie Welliver is having a heart attack.
McCarty, the ball carrier, he's going to gain him about 2 on the play. That'll be a gain. That'll be set up 3rd and 7, and that'll be the last play of the half. So looks like both teams will head to the locker room with Danville holding a 38-0 lead. But again, going to the halftime down by 5 scores, and you got to feel pretty good about yourself. We're moving the football. We've made a couple plays on defense. It's the big plays that are hurting us. We'll see what kind of adjustments we make here at halftime and see how we come out in the second half. So coaches will get about 15 minutes, a little bit longer halftime tonight due to homecoming. Danville will go. They found a lot of success through the air early, but the last couple drives running some trap plays and found some success on the ground. Coach talked about before the game, Danville comes out, likes to throw it a lot to start the game, and then the second game they like to ground it out on the ground and run the football. So kind of what we're seeing tonight, first couple drives, Danville comes out slinging it and picks up some good yardage on first down and picked up some big plays. Got a good sized lead, and now they're pounding it out.
Yeah,
on the ground.
It's what they've done all year.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I just said, Coach.
But I still encourage early on with our run defense. Danville made some adjustments on their blocking scheme, and they started running the ball with a lot of success after that. We hadn't made any adjustments back that have made a difference anyway.
Right.
Now moving on to the second half, we'll just talk about that a little bit right now. Danville has shown.
You want to do the homecoming real quick?
Yep. Forget that. We'll go right to the homecoming festivities here.
Son of Michael and Jenny Pendleton. Our sophomore class attendant, Faith Rogers. Daughter of Brad and Becky Rogers. Escorted by Cale McCarty, son of Matt and Misty McCarty. Junior class attendant, Mia Statler. Daughter of Scott and Katie Swisher and Marshall Statler. Escorted by Will Kellerman, son of Kevin and Holly Kellerman. Honorary attendant, Elise Alfonsi.
His hair looks nice.
Host family, Jerry.
His hair looks really nice. In that
Davis
picture they just
Sills, escorted by Dakota Baker, son of Chris and Sharon Baker. Honorary attendant, Enos Abola. Host family, Mike and Joey Chalmers, escorted by Mitchell Cart, son of Martin and Michelle Cart. Senior class attendant and queen candidate, Sarah Davis, daughter of Terry and Sydney Davis, escorted by Sam Deck, son of Kirby and Adriano Deck. Senior class attendant and Queen candidate Mackenzie Linus, daughter of Jeff and Tisha Linus, escorted by Oscar Velasquez, son of Romero and Olga Ibarra. Senior class attendant and Queen candidate Caleb McCandless, daughter of TJ McCandless and Angelina Ball, escorted by Calvin Cheney, son of Rory and Heather Cheney. And senior class attendant and Queen candidate Madison Wendolin, daughter of Aaron and Nikki Wendolin, escorted by Gavin Rich, son of Sean and Betsy Rich. The flowers of the homecoming court are just a few examples of what Milligan's has to offer. Milligan's Flowers is located on Main Street in downtown Crawfordsville. This year's homecoming queen will be crowned by Student Council President Taylor Hawes. Crowsville High School's 2017 homecoming queen is Kayla McCandless.
Okay, as you just heard, the 2017 Crawfordsville High School homecoming queen is Kaylee McCandless. McCandless, who is being escorted by Calvin Cheney, is the first to leave the podium. So congratulations to her and to all the young ladies who were nominated by their classmates to be a homecoming queen here at Crawfordsville High School for the 2017-2018 school year. So here are some first half stats from Connor Smith with the paper Montgomery County. Rushing for the Athenians. As a team, they have 23 carries for 38 yards. Stephen Latre leads the way, 9 carries for 30 yards. Kel McCarty, 10 carries for 5. Jacob Weimer, 2 carries for 5, and Gage Gerdes, 2 carries for -2 yards. Passing for the Athenians, Kel McCarty, 2 completions and 3 attempts, 62 yards. Cam Saunders, 0 for 1 on passing. Total offense for Crawfordsville, 100 yards. They have 5 first downs, 2 rushing, 3 passing. For Danville has 106 yards rushing as a team and 196 yards passing, for a total of 302 yards plus an 86-yard blocked field goal return. So really 388 all-purpose yards here in the first half for Danville. They're even at 302. They're 2/3 of the way, Coach, to their 450 here in the first half. So leading the way, Skinner has 8 catches for 42 yards and a touchdown. Burton has 2 catches for 8 yards and a touchdown, and Schubert 3 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown. So, again, thanks to Connor Smith with the paper at Montgomery County for those halftime stats. Thanks to Barry Lewis at the Journal Review. Barry's keeping me updated as to what's going on in the game. Yeah, elsewhere too. So,
elsewhere.
Yep.
We've got right now Lebanon leads North Montgomery 28-7. Well, that's the last thing I have is 28-7. That was about 15 minutes ago. Just a couple minutes ago, Tri-West tied Webo at 14-all with a little over a minute to go in the first half. And then Frankfort and Southmont 7-all at halftime.
Really?
Hey.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we were on the air when you said that. But
right.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I thought it was going to be closer than what a lot of people thought, just looking at the schedules that South has played, and then Frankfort has played Western, who played West Lafayette really well last week. And that was their first game of the year, and they played Logansport, a big school.
Right.
And, of course, last week they played Tri-West, a very, very good football team as well.
Right.
So I just felt like that was going to be a lot closer than what people thought. And it's really a trap game for Southmont.
It is.
Crawfordsville's beat Southmont the last 2 years.
You're right.
That's who, we got a Crawfordsville-Southmont matchup next year.
Right.
So you know that they're chomping at the bit for next week.
Right, exactly.
I'm not saying they were overlooking Frankfort, but
it'd be very easy to do.
It would be. I mean, they're 0-3. Frankfort's 0-3.
Right.
Yeah.
Not much offense in their three games, But again, hey, Tri-West is down, but Tri-West is still a very good football team.
Very good.
Very good football team. They're proving it tying Western Boone here at halftime.
I think Western Boone has surprised some people this year a little bit.
Right.
They've got their quarterback's a sophomore.
Correct.
And
their incumbent quarterback moved to receiver.
Wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, so
yeah,
that tells you something.
But their line play is always so good.
It is
so solid.
Yes.
And
very fundamental.
So there's really 4 teams in the conference that are legit good teams. Lebanon's ranked in 4A.
Right. Yep.
So, you just look at that, and then the fact that Danville beat them so bad last week.
Right.
And Tri-West and Webo both, they're going to play. They're just good teams.
Right. And Webo's 9 in 2A.
Yeah.
So really, we have 3 teams ranked.
Right.
1 in 2A, 1 in 3A, and 1 in 4A in the Sagamore Conference. And just goes to show you how deep this conference is. And
and that's part of going to our football program. That's part of what makes it hard to build anything here.
Right.
Is when you're in a conference as good as the Sagamore Conference, it's hard to get things going because you're playing against really top caliber teams all the time.
Right.
And you keep on getting an L and keep on getting an L.
Right.
And sometimes you may get something going really and play pretty decent ball, but you still get the L.
Right.
The kids know that.
Right.
And
yep.
It does make it tough, but at the same time, if you do break through, then you got something going.
Exactly.
Really.
Right. Yeah. Our first 2 games have been against Western Indiana Conference teams and Greencastle and West Vigo, and we played with those guys,
right.
and our first 2 games in the conference, now granted, have been against 2 of the better teams, but you're right, Coach. I mean, it's week in and week out, you're going to face really good competition in the Sagamore Conference.
Yeah.
So, you were getting ready to make a point before we went to halftime. I'm going to see how good your memory is here. I don't remember what it was, but first half, you're down 40 here, Coach. We talked a little bit Wednesday night during the middle school football game. You want to come out and you want to win the second half. You want to come out, you want to make a statement. You've kind of proven to yourself that, hey, we can stop these guys on defense. We can play with these guys. We can move the football. If it weren't for big plays, if we could eliminate big plays,
right,
this game would be much closer than it is. But that's kind of been our Achilles heel, this season. Hey, let's come out. Let's regroup in the second half. We have made adjustments from last week to this week. Our line spacing is much different. We're playing 4 down linemen this week for much of the first half compared to what we did last week. And, and we're being much more aggressive at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. And what we're actually doing on that, I think, Scott, is we're playing 3 down linemen that are linemen, and then we change up on having a linebacker come up on the line of scrimmage. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's strong side of the offense that we're doing that on. It just looks like we predetermine who we want to be up on the line at that time, whether it's the right or left outside linebacker.
Right.
But, I was talking to Mr. Barton way before the game and about our football and about how we really struggle when we go and we play the teams to the east of us. And what we struggle with more than anything else, and I mentioned this in the middle school games, is the speed of the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that we're not as fast as the other team. It's not that we're not as strong. It's that we're not used to going as quick. I mean, just, you got to explode off the ball and maintain that through that play and then come back on the next play and do it again and again and again. And he mentioned to me that our youth, for the first time, is playing in the Hendricks County Youth League.
Oh, really?
So I think that's big
huge.
Positive.
Yes, very
so
much
now our kids at a younger age are seeing that speed and that quickness before we get to the middle school, or in some cases even to the high school, where it takes time to adjust to that.
Right.
If you haven't seen it, it's just kind of like, in high school, let's say it's the first time you've seen an 85-mile-an-hour fastball in baseball.
Right.
You're not ready for it.
No.
You know?
Right.
But now you see it the next time, and maybe the next time, it's like, okay, that doesn't seem as fast as it did the first time.
Right.
The same way here, how quick the other team operates. Basketball is the same thing.
Right.
It's just how quick.
Right.
And, the more you face it, the more you become accustomed to it, then you're better able to react quicker.
Right.
And in fact, it's just like, just like anything, then you're able to anticipate even better.
Right.
The more you see it.
Exactly.
And what we see, and I know we've seen it over and over and over, we'll play teams that play that way, and then we come back and we'll play, say, a team that's really pretty similar to us, and then we just blow them out.
Right.
Because we've got used to playing at a quicker speed.
Right. You're right.
And executing everything quicker.
Right. That's a great point. I mean, we for the last couple of years, especially the junior to freshman classes, have been going over and playing basketball in Indianapolis.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. And we're getting used to that speed. We're getting used to the physicality.
And
that's another thing. The physicality over there is much more than the philosophy around here. And when we come over here and we don't have to make an adjustment.
Right.
Teams are making an adjustment
to us.
And that's a great point. Getting the youth into that Hendricks County League is only going to help us going forward.
Big time.
Yes, big
time.
Right.
You mentioned that on the basketball thing. That's something we can look at, and I think they have been seeing some benefits slowly on that. Mm-hmm. But this summer, our basketball program had an outstanding summer.
Right.
They went 30-5 on the summer.
Right.
And that's no accident. That's these kids playing in that Indy Hoops League.
Right.
Getting used to playing quicker. In fact, the only 5 losses I heard were from bigger schools, 4A schools.
Right.
2 of those losses were to Castle High School, who beat New Albany twice last year.
Right. Right.
And we know New Albany is really, really, really good.
Romeo Langford.
Exactly.
Yeah, very good.
And one of the teams that beat us was a travel team, an AAU travel team. So, that's still a couple months off.
Right.
But at the same time, it's, you hear that and you're like, man, hey.
Right.
That's kind of exciting. So maybe, the football team can follow suit with that. Now, It's not going to happen overnight.
No, it's not. It's not. And, going back to, getting them involved in the Hendricks County League, the Crumpsville Youth Football program hasn't been going for very long.
No.
I mean,
No.
So, I mean, what, maybe 8 to 10 years now?
Right.
I think. So, and we got to keep kids involved, you know, especially, and like you said, it's tough to do that sometimes when you're playing in the conference that we play in and, seeing the teams that we play.
Just getting it turned around makes it tough.
Exactly.
If we were in a lesser league, it wouldn't be so hard to get it turned around.
Right.
Because you'd have more W's there. More kids want to play when you're winning.
Right. Exactly. But hey, you know what? Let's come out here in the second half. Let's try to turn this around. Let's do something on the opening kickoff. See what kind of adjustments we made. I talked a little bit about Danville came out slinging there early, and then they made an adjustment running trap plays and just moved it right down the field in 4 plays and scored a touchdown. So
we have to keep playing here.
Right.
We can't have guys quitting on the field here, quitting their teammates.
Mm-hmm.
When you quit on the field, what you're doing is you're quitting your teammates.
Right.
And that's just not acceptable.
Right. All right, here's the kick.
Latrey.
Yeah, Latrey at about the 9-yard line. Here gets about the 26. Crumbs will take over 1st and 10 at their own 26.
This is a varsity game. We haven't mentioned, we've talked about the middle school a little bit, but we haven't really, the 8th grade's 2-2.
Right.
7th grade is 1-3. Now it's really made up of 6th and 7th graders, just about equal number of kids from each class on that.
Exactly.
And, they both have some talent. They both have some skill guys. They both have linemen that can play.
Right.
We've got to keep the numbers up, keep them coming out once they get to the high school level.
Right.
We made a change of quarterback.
We
there.
did, yep. Nice run.
Nice by Jacob Weimer, I think.
No, it's Kim Saunders.
Latrey?
It's Kim Saunders. That run was by Latrey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Saunders right is that quarterback.
Right. Yep, Kim Saunders in at quarterback for the Athenians. Great run there by Stephen Latrey.
Now, I think we just switched it back up. I think that was for one play. I think Kel McCarty's back in.
Yep, they'll send Saunders wide.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is. But Saunders played quarterback one play last. They'll hand it off up the middle to Latrey. Latrey will gain about 3 on the play, give the Athenians a first down.
Now, I think what you see with Danville's defense, they're going to keep their starters in on defense.
Yes, I agree.
And I think once they get back on offense, I think you'll see they'll have a lot of their second-team guys in there. They may play their first team the first series.
Mm-hmm.
You see that a lot of times.
Right.
And then they may pull off after that. But,
right. Yep.
So far, good start. 2 positive plays.
Right.
Let's keep the plays positive. Let's not lose yardage. See, Kev keeps on trying to bounce that outside.
He does, yep. Yeah, he had a couple lead blockers.
And I actually think...
And I think that's like the 4th time they've ran that play. I think one time they need to hand it off to Gonzalez running across.
I hear you there.
You know.
You can see right there on that play that Danville's over-pursuing on that. Mm-hmm. And actually, if Cale cuts back against the grain, I'm not saying he's going to pick up a ton of yards.
Right.
But he's going to pick up positive yards running back against the grain.
Right. Or you get a little inside handoff there to Gonzalez and see what he can do. All right, Saunders back in at quarterback. McCarty split out wide. That pass was forward to Gerdes. Incomplete. It'll go out of bounds. Bring up 2nd and 11.
Even if we completed that, I don't think we would have gained much. No. Danville had coverage there.
Right.
3rd and long.
So,
we switched up again.
Yep.
Saunders back at quarterback. One would think we'd throw.
8 guys in the
Nope.
box. Nope. They're going to pitch it out to
Weimer.
Latrey.
Latrey.
Good hard run by Steven Latrey.
Hey, that's a first down if they mark it right.
That was a great run by Latrey.
Yep.
Latrey was hit behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Good hard run by him. Good block out front by McCarty. And I tell you what, Latrey runs hard.
He does. I'd like our 2 main running backs in Weimer and Latrey.
Right.
They're both built about the same. They both run about the same way.
Exactly.
They are hard, tough-nosed dudes.
Exactly. They get their shoulder pads parallel with the ground, and they just keep their feet churning and go. All right, McCarty back in at quarterback. Saunders splits out wide left. Here's the pitch to Latrey. He's going to spin forward. Loss of about 1, but could have been a loss of a lot more.
Boy, I would love to see us run a counter off of that.
Right.
We haven't run anything like that.
No.
Because their pursuit, they're going. They're going that direction. They're not looking for anything coming back
across.
No.
Nope. I think I heard a score update. Purdue leads Ohio 3-0.
I think Purdue's much, much improved.
I do too. Yep.
And IU, I think IU could be pretty darn. One of their receivers.
Oh my gosh! I'm not sure what that kid's name is, but wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was burning Ohio State's defenders left and right.
Now, see, there's a thing too. Both Purdue and IU, where they're at right now,
Right.
is very similar to where we are. Crawfordsville is right now, dealing with the speed of the game, and with Ohio State, just simply the physicality of the game to some degree, which we struggle with at times. But tonight, I don't think it's as much the physicality as just the speed of the game.
Right. Exactly. They'll send Gertie's in motion.
Boy, I did not see anything.
I didn't either. Did he take a step forward, Bear? Yep, must have. They're going to say Gertie's took a step forward. But
There's a funny guy throwing the flag.
Yeah, usually it's the the referee throwing it.
Right, or one of the side judges rather than
the back judge.
Right.
Or the umpire in the middle. The umpire in the middle threw it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Which tells me it was a lineman and not a back.
Right, that's true. Maybe somebody lifted their hand or something.
Yeah.
Saunders in at quarterback.
Nice.
He rolls out.
A little high. I thought, you know why? There wasn't much there anyway.
No. I'm not sure who
See, I have a problem with us throwing short like that in that situation. Get the ball up the field where you have a chance to get a first down.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe they were just trying to get half back, and then they were going to throw, go make it a 4-down territory. Possibly.
Even there, it was still going to be 4th and 10.
Saunders back to punt. Had a couple really good punts in the first half. This one will bounce. It'll take it. Peyton Suter will kill it at about the 35-yard line, just as it was taking an Athenian bounce.
He knows what
he does. He does. He's walking. That's the loneliest walk off the field right there.
He knew it as soon as he did.
Yeah.
He should have let the ball continue to roll.
Right. Yeah.
Hey. You get excited because it took a funny hop and it got going real quick right at me.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, you know what? They could do have starters.
Yep, they do have their starters in here. Hand off to number 6.
He's gone.
He's fast.
There's that Gonzalez.
Might catch him. Carson Tharp drags him out of bounds.
Carson's fast.
Carson's very fast. But not before a gain of 30 yards.
Well, I'm going to stay on it. Our linebackers.
Yeah. Yep. Right.
If you're getting blocked,
yep.
It's got to be closer to the line of scrimmage.
Carson's your corner out there.
Yeah.
But he needs to make that tackle a little more closer to the line of scrimmage.
No, that's not good.
Nope, he's gone again.
But you see, I mean, even there, the running back is making a cut.
Right.
So our defensive line is doing okay there, making him make a cut.
Right.
We just have to have pursuit
Right.
from our linebackers and really defensive backs to some degree.
Right.
Defensive backs are in a tough situation with the way these guys throw.
Exactly. Exactly.
And we got to make that tackle right there.
Yep, 2 tackles in a row. He's got off both of them.
51. Keegan Young was there.
He was. And Latre was there, too. And Latre usually finishes that tackle.
Yeah.
Gain of 5 on the play. It's almost like, Coach, they make that handoff, and he's not running to a certain hole.
He gets to pick his hole.
He gets to pick his hole, kind of like you spoke about at the middle school,
right?
With Coach May and his offense. So,
but as a linebacker, you still got to come up.
And,
whatever hole is there, you have to come up and fill that.
There it is, right there. Nice job. Who is that? Number 44,
Weimer.
Jacob Weimer. Good job by Weimer. That's exactly what we were talking about, filling a hole. So they'll lose the 6 yards they gained on the previous carry, bring up 3rd and about 10 at the Athenian 17-yard line. 5:25 left to go here in the 3rd period.
I'd like to see us hold them here because I think they would try a field goal if we hold them.
Here's a pass from Highland to boy.
Is that Burton?
That's Burton. Alec Burton. I mean, that's just an athletic play.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? The ball was behind him, a little above his head. He just jumps up, turns around midair, and catches it.
I mean, he's the tallest guy out there too.
Right.
So you throw the ball up and let him kind of go up and just get it.
Right. Yeah.
But again, we have had no pressure on the quarterback.
Right. Boy.
A bad snap, I think. Yeah.
Field goal, that extra point attempt by number 8, Trevor Gerald, is no good, and Danville leads 46-0. 5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. We have a halftime score from Lebanon. The Tigers lead the North Montgomery Chargers 35-7.
Halftime. Lebanon's really good.
They're very good. They're very good. Mounties score on the opening drive of the second half, and they lead Frankfort 14-7.
They needed to do that because if they don't score on their first drive, then Frankfort's got all the momentum there.
Exactly. I'm just trying to see what else we have here.
Yeah, Danville's getting ready to kick off here. And I think it's, Gonzalez?
Yep.
No.
Yep,
Anthony
Anthony Gonzalez.
He did a nice job, and he went back and got that ball.
Exactly. Yep. Rather than let it bounce and give the defense a chance to get a couple steps, the Indians will take over at their own 29. Yeah. So we talked about, you let that ball bounce, it gives the defense 5 or 10 yards. There's your 5 yards because we've been averaging starting at about the 25-yard line. So. Reset the play clock. McCarty back in at quarterback. He'll send Weimer in motion. Handoff up the nope.
Cale
McCarty on the run. Oh boy, that might have been a face mask right there. He got kind of high.
Well, yeah, I didn't think it was a face mask more than it was just a high hit with the arm. Sometimes, if that's on the quarterback, that's automatic.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's why I thought he might get it.
Right.
Give McCarty a gain of 16 on the play.
The quarterback throwing the ball, not when he's running.
Oh,
you see, there's
okay.
Kale's a runner. Once you become a runner, then all those rules hitting the quarterback go away.
Right. They'll send Gertie's in motion. Hand off.
Oh, boy, we fumbled.
McCarty will pick it up. Boy. Yeah. I'm not sure if that was supposed to be a handoff to Latre or if it was a pitch out here to Gertie's, but
I'm not sure which one it was either.
Yep.
Either way, if Kale wanted to keep the ball, then he's just got to have a stronger grip on it because you put the ball right there in the running back's gut, he's going to come down on it.
Right.
And if he doesn't feel any pressure from the quarterback's hands like he wants to keep it, then he's coming down on it harder.
Right.
And, but that's through practice and practice and practice and all those reps. Let's see. I'm looking out there at Danville's defense now.
They still have their,
I think
Stevens,
they've made some.
Yeah, Stevens is still in.
Right.
I think some of their secondary guys are in. Maybe they're running some different guys in and out of the defensive line spots. I don't remember seeing 28 out there or 88. Oh, boy.
Gutfield. He was a step away from big yardage there.
If Jacob could have broken that,
he
had big yards there.
Well, we'll go for it here, 4th and 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Official timeout here. Looking in the Crawfordsville huddle.
Yep.
I don't know if somebody was hurt or if they were missing their mouthpiece or what.
Right.
Kale kept it. Good job. You saw Danville. They were crashing on the fullback there.
Right. Exactly.
Kale did a good job reading that. He could see him cheating up. They were cheating up a lot.
Gives Crawfordsville 1st and 10 at the Danville 40.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Send Weimer in motion again. Handed off up the middle. Nope.
No. Yeah, it is. Yep. Yeah, he did.
Handed it off up the middle to Latre. And Latre just keeps churning.
You really, really got to like Latre and Weimer at the backs.
Yep. Minute 40 to go here in the third quarter. I was seeing if I could find a Western Boone score.
Yeah, I tried and I checked Will Williams.
Oh, did you?
And he hadn't had an update yet.
Hadn't had an update. I even pulled up Western Boone School.
Right, they normally do a good job.
Yeah.
Hey, long pass again. Well, it threw the flag there.
Wow.
Oh, he had his hand all over him.
I don't know how you don't.
But Cam Saunders is looking. He came over and looked at the official.
It's like, seriously? What do I have to do to get a call here?
Yeah, that deep back, he just reached out with his left arm and just grabbed Cam's right arm.
Right, and you could see Cam's upper body turn back towards the ball. And no flag.
That's been there every time we've tried it.
It really has. McCarty under center. He'll pitch it out to Gertie's. Nice cut by Gage. Oh, nice boy. Run. There was almost a block in the back. Gertie's is going to turn it upfield. He's going to get it down to about the 3-yard line. Okay, the 2-yard line. Good block out here on the edge by number 44, Jacob Weimer. to spring Gertie's. Good cut by Gertie's up the field and give Crawfordsville a 1st and goal from the Danville 2. Coach, this is a good drive.
Yep. Yeah.
Good drive.
We're going to smash it. Give it to Latre here.
Yep. There's Latre
He's
up the
in.
middle. And Latre scores a touchdown. Stephen Latre on the 2-yard plunge makes the score. Danville 46, your Athenians 6. Good drive by the Athenians. Picked up a big 4th down play on a Kel McCarty 3-yard run and just, kept the momentum going and were able to punch it in the end zone. And Coach, that was against most of Danville's first string offense, our defense.
Defense,
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, especially on that last play. They brought a bunch of their starters back in on that last play.
Exactly. Yep. Jacob Lutton in for the extra point, and it's blocked. Man, they are just good.
I wasn't watching it. Did he not get it up again, or
No,
were they
were just right
they were
there.
just in there?
Yeah, they were in there. I mean, he kicked it, and their hands were right in front of the ball. So, yeah, they're quick. Purdue just scored a touchdown. They're up over Ohio, 10-0, 4:21 to go in the first quarter.
Ohio is a quality program anymore. The old Nebraska coach. Anyway.
Yeah. Is that where he's at now?
Yeah, he's been there for quite a while.
Okay.
Not the last one before that.
Yes.
I want to say Solich, but I don't think that's right. But he's done a good job there.
He has.
Well, now we just need to try to maintain momentum throughout the rest of this game.
Right.
Again, if Danville holds the foil, they're not going to play their starters, all their starters at the same time. Rest of this game, unless we really start doing something and the coach wants to make a point.
Right.
Now, I'm sure this is their starting return team. Onside.
Yeah. Hey, I like it.
No, I do too.
You just scored a touchdown.
Absolutely.
Let's try to get.
Well, the big thing is you want to show your kids that you're trying.
Right.
And you're not just, let's kick it off and just play.
Right. Exactly.
Let's get the ball back.
Right.
But I wouldn't mind seeing us do that. Well, we got to score first.
Yeah.
Maybe I wouldn't mind. I was just Barry Lewis is over here covering the game for the Journal Review, and Barry and I played down at Southmont together. In my sophomore year, very first game of the year against North Montgomery. 2 missed tackles. Again, we're there. We got to make the play. We got to make the tackle.
Well, look who's back out there, Coach. It's Danville's first unit of offense.
Yeah.
But hey,
we still got to make the tackle.
Still got to make the tackle. Exactly.
Anyway, first game of the year, we're playing North Montgomery, and I'm a sophomore, and I'm kicking off. And we onside kick every time that game. And it was like 5 times. Is it maybe 5 or 6? And we got the ball half the time. So
here's Highland. He's
going. Oh my! Right there.
My.
I mean, perfect.
That
thrown
was
ball.
You couldn't lay it out there any better than that.
Yeah.
Right off the hands of Ben Stevens. No, I don't know
that was not
Ben
number 11.
Is that who that is?
Yeah, number 11.
Oh, here's my glasses. If I put them on, I can probably see it.
Zach Lucan.
Yep, you're right.
And we had good coverage until the ball went up in the air, and Lucan just went right by our defender there.
And that's Carson Tharp. I mean, he's pretty quick himself. So.
But part of that is Carson didn't know where the ball was.
Well, yeah.
So he doesn't know how hard to run.
Here's a handoff up the middle to number 6.
Face mask.
Yeah, they're going to get it that time.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all right.
By number 6, Chandler Schubert. Is that going to be a 5-yarder or a 15-yarder?
He turned the head. I think it's pretty much has to be a 15. But
Oh,
Hey, our
Thank you,
defender
Barry.
was there. He just happened to get a hold of the face mask. You don't.
right.
I mean, I don't mind that stuff.
No, I don't either.
He was aggressive.
Right.
He didn't grab the face mask and hold on to it.
Right. Yep. Coach Berry just shared Southmont scores again. They lead 21-7 headed into the fourth quarter.
Southmont has a very good running game.
Yes,
They're quick and they're strong.
They have a lot of team speed.
Yeah. Now the passing game is mainly short. Just occasionally they'll try to throw long. But you got to stop the run against them.
Right, exactly.
Take away the fullback first. I mean, lost my train of thought there, Scott. Anyway, it's you got to take your man and you got to make the play on your man.
Right, exactly.
The middle linebacker's got the fullback.
Right.
Defensive end's got the quarterback. The cornerback's got the halfback.
Right. Yep.
And you just
disciplined football.
Disciplined football.
You take your guy, and
Yep.
you have to rely. We talked a lot about this Wednesday. The guy you have to trust the guy next to you to make his play.
Right.
You know.
Right. But then if it's not coming directly to you, you got to keep going and be there to assist your teammates.
Exactly.
Very seldom does anyone actually make a solo tackle where you can just say he had no help.
Right.
Because sometimes you may be the only one there making the tackle, but who made the running back or the ball carrier make a cut?
Yep.
That's trouble.
Yep. He's in for the score. He's in. Yep. 29-yard run by number 6, Chandler Schubert, for the touchdown. Broke about 3 or 4 Athenian tackles on the way into the end zone, and Danville responds to the Crawfordsville touchdown with one of their own, and they lead 52-6. 9 seconds gone here in the fourth quarter. The JV team will travel tomorrow, Coach. 10 o'clock in the morning, they will travel down to Danville to play the Warriors. They're 0-3 on the season. Lost to Greencastle. Had a close game against West Vigo. Lost that one by 6. And then lost last week to Tri-West. That extra point attempt is no good. So score remained 52.
Lost to Tri-West or Wevo?
Lost to Wevo, I'm sorry. I said Tri-West. Lost to Wevo last Saturday. So they'll travel to...
Again, now they're playing a lot of freshmen.
They're playing a lot of freshmen. Yeah, quite a few freshmen.
Yeah.
Andrew Martin's quarterback, Jackson Pendleton's running back. So, yeah, they play quite a few freshmen.
And one of their freshmen is actually playing varsity, so
right.
that takes away a little bit from the JV.
Exactly.
And that's where the numbers thing comes in. If our numbers were where they really need to be, the right guys are out. I mean, we got some guys that are not playing football that should be playing football.
Oh, definitely.
And if they were out here, then some of those younger guys, the freshmen and sophomores that may be playing varsity, would be back down on the JV, and then the JV would be more successful.
Right. And you might even have enough for a freshman team.
Right.
Which would be
incredible.
Yeah. But that would be that's where the other conference teams have us. They have all three teams. So.
Yeah.
Number 9, Jackson Wynn kicking off. Going to be taken by Anthony Gonzalez at about the 20. Gonzalez gets by one tackler, but he's not going to get past the second. Well,
I still think Anthony's doing too much dancing.
Right, yeah.
I didn't realize Jackson Wynn was kicking off. Jackson Wynn happens to be a really good pitcher.
He does.
on their baseball team.
Yes, he does. Yeah, he's been their number 1 for the last 2 years at least. His sophomore and junior season. So,
right.
He might be the.
He's probably the best pitcher in the conference.
You think so? I wasn't going to say that, but he might be our biggest competition here.
Oh no!
In the spring.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, resetting the play clock to 25 seconds. Athenians 1st and 10 from their own 27. Boy,
You know, when I say
that.
best pitcher in the conference, I mean going into the season.
Yes.
Yeah, he may not be the best at the end of the season.
Right, exactly. Maybe the most highly touted pitcher going into the season. So.
Okay, that's. Oh, I thought we gained a yard there.
No,
we did not.
They had that. They had that pitch option.
Yeah.
Played perfectly to a T right there. Saunders out on the near side. Searing split wide right. Pitch out here to Gerdes. Gerdes is going to turn to that field. He's going to get forward for a gain of about 7. Gates has been running hard. I mean,
well, you know, he hadn't run the ball much until here lately, so maybe just fresh legs, possibly.
Exactly. Danville's still keeping their corners and safeties in.
Yeah, but most of them are their starters.
Yep.
Oh, fumble, I think. Yep. Believe Danville.
Danville got it. I'm not sure if it was a muffed handoff or I think it was a handoff.
I think the handoff was clean, but it was just bang, bang.
Right.
He got hit just shortly after the handoff. Hey, I do think this is their second team offense coming out here. But we're still looking for the same. You know, it doesn't matter who we play. We're looking for the same things from our guys.
Right.
Being disciplined, being aggressive. I'd like to still see our linebackers be more aggressive on the read and getting up into making the play.
Here's a handoff up the middle to number 26. No. See what number that was? 45.
No, I was watching our linebackers.
Yeah, 45. Tommy, no, Clayton McPeak, I think.
That's whoever's going to be playing tomorrow,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure we'll see him in the morning. Yeah, McPeak again on the run. He's going to be stopped for a gain of about 3. Bring up second and about third and about 2 for Danville.
Well, we should be able to. I would think we could stop them here on third down.
Right.
They're going to throw it, though. Lefty. Incomplete.
That pass was by number 17, Garrett Deaton, a 5'10" sophomore.
Okay.
Intended for number 81, Dominic Wynn. Maybe that's
I would think so.
That's Jackson's little brother. He's a freshman.
Fourth down, Danville's going for it here.
Yep. I'm sure you'll see a handoff here up the middle. Number 30's in at running back. That's Luke Wooten.
Oh, this Luke Wooten is good.
It'll be a handoff to Wooten. Wooten will break it up, bust it outside, and he'll fall forward for a gain of about 7 on the play. Good enough for Danville first down.
Luke is a heck of a basketball player.
Is he?
Yes, he is.
Danville's a heck of a basketball school generally. Here's an inside handoff.
Oh, stuff that.
Nice job. Much better job there by the interior defensive line.
Tackle by number 75, John Chavez.
Tackle by number 75, John Chavez. Chavez seeing some time in the offensive backfield today.
Yeah. No, I think that was a nice little change.
I liked it. Yep. Here's a pass, 17, Out to number 8, Trevor Gerald.
Ball.
On the ground. Are they going to say he was down?
No.
Okay.
They recovered it, though.
Yep. Trevor Gerald on the catch. And then a fumble, but no gain on the play. So we bring up 3rd and 10.
I think they'll throw the ball downfield here.
Yeah, I did too.
You know, the second team's in here. They're trying to score. They're building for the future. Sometimes fans get a little upset with the opposing team trying to score when they're already up big. But this is a different team.
Right.
This isn't the team that was on the field.
No. That run was by number 40, Caleb Stevens.
You think that's a brother?
Yeah, the younger brother to probably younger brother to Ben Stevens.
Yeah.
Gain of about 8 on the play. 7 on the play. We'll call it 7. Make it 4th and 3.
Speaking of brothers, Tri-West has the last Hendershot coming up. He's a freshman this year.
Yes, he is.
Now, I don't think he's playing any varsity this year.
From what I've heard, no, he's not.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a little bit on the slender side, at least from what I saw last year as an 8th grader.
Yes.
But he's going to be tall, athletic.
They're saying he may be the best of the Hendershot brothers, and that's saying a lot. His
Yeah.
oldest brothers at Eastern Illinois and his middle brothers at IU playing football. So
Yeah.
I just know when Corbin's 7th grade year, first play from scrimmage, 55 yards, touchdown, and they said Hendershot. Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So, and then there's a Harker at Lebanon who throws a nice ball as well.
Very good ball.
Yes, he is. So, freshman class among the Sagamore Conference is pretty deep. So, Southmont has a really good 7th grade class coming up.
Yeah.
So, they're playing good football this year, too. So, first 4-1 start for the Mounties since 2003. Here's a handoff to number 30.
Wooten.
He's going to.
He's out. He's
going to score. He's going to beat everybody to that corner, and he's going to score a touchdown for the Warriors.
You know, even though it is their second team in there, I just mentioned about Gage maybe having fresh legs. Well, they all have fresh legs in there right now.
Exactly.
And that's our defense. Is, a lot of those guys playing both ways the whole game.
Right, exactly.
They're not as fresh. They're not as fast as they were at the beginning of the game.
Exactly.
Hey, Scott, I think maybe we can start looking at the future here, what's coming up on the schedule for the Athenians. I think we already mentioned next week the football team heads down to Southmont.
Right.
But let's take a look at the rest of the sports.
Okay. All right. The boys cross country team will take part in the Ben Davis Invite tomorrow morning on the west side of Indianapolis at Ben Davis High School. They are paced this year by Riley Fife. Fife's been finishing first for most of the races. The county meet is next Thursday, September 14th. That's at Southmont. The conference meet is 3 weeks from tomorrow at Southmont. The sectionals.
We should be right there.
Yeah, I mean the boys and the girls team both should be right there. And that's saying a lot. Megan Craig's done a good job with both teams. The sectional is October 7th at Benton Central. The girls team really, the Harrison Invite, they came in 7th place, but they've been finishing 1 or 2 at most every race. And Madison Fry or Maddie Hurt have really been pacing the girls.
Right, and they have. And I noticed, last year Maddie Hurt, at the end of the year, her time has improved dramatically.
Right.
And I kind of wonder if she's going to do the same thing this year.
Right, exactly.
The training, like a lot of times swimmers, they really train hard.
Right.
And then they kind of back off at the end of the year, and then their times are a lot faster.
Right.
And I kind of assume that cross country would do the same type of training.
Right, exactly. And you're right. That's, you want to save your best for last, and Maddie's definitely been doing that the last couple of years. Team members for the boys cross country team are Riley Fife, Zach McKinney, Eli Widmer, Gavin Rich, Drake Hayes, Jair Alvarado, Hunter Hutchison, Sam Decker, Cole Hudson, Devin Burris, Dakota Baker, and Richard Pan. For the girls, Lauren Kellerman, Maddie Hurt, Hallie Smith, Haley Claycomb, Zoe Baker, Peyton Sennett, Franny Fuller, Andrea Fuller, I should say, and Madison Fry. The boys soccer team played Frankfurt here yesterday.
Good game.
Lost 2-0, but it was a really good game. Lost 5-0.
Frankfurt's leading the conference?
Frankfurt is 4-0 in the conference.
Right.
They beat Lebanon, who was ranked in the top 10 in 2A in soccer. They're 2-7 overall, 1-4 in the SAC. Their next game is Monday at home against Benton Central. And then Thursday, the 21st, they're at home against North Montgomery.
Our soccer team graduated a lot of seniors from last year, too.
Yes, they did.
So it's a little bit of a rebuild process. They're having a little trouble scoring.
They are. And just keeping the ball in their offensive zone a little bit. The last couple of games that I've seen them play, I've seen them play against Southmont and Frankfurt. Will Kellerman's done a noble job at
hey,
here's
go
a
Jake.
Nice pitch out to Jacob Weimer actually may be one of the few running backs that cuts it back up the middle of the field to find contact.
Yeah, you're right.
He could have bounced that outside and probably gained a few more yards, but he wanted to go run somebody over. So nice job there by Jacob. Girls soccer team, they're 1-6 overall, 0-3 in the conference. However, they've had three young ladies that are hurt. Addie Leskowski scored all the goals for them, and Addie was wearing a boot Tuesday when I saw them play.
Okay.
So she has 6 goals. Sierra Hutchison has 85 saves in net, Coach, in 7 games. That's over 12
that's
games.
outstanding on the save end. The problem is you can't have that many shots on goal.
Right. that's a great point. They're at Benton Central tomorrow, and they're at home against Central Catholic on Monday. They're playing, I mentioned they're playing without 3 starters. Tuesday on the 19th, September 19th, they're at home against Southmont, and then turn around on Thursday the 21st at home against North Montgomery. The boys tennis team, I'm not sure exactly what their records are. Their next match is tomorrow at the Lafayette Jeff Boosters Invitational, which is usually a really good invitational.
Right.
You get some of the region teams coming down, some Indianapolis teams coming up, so... somebody went the wrong way. I'm not sure.
Kale went the wrong way.
Yeah. But you know what?
It wasn't a bad play.
No, turn nothing into something.
I mentioned that back in the middle school games earlier this week. Sometimes the best offensive play in a middle school game is a busted play.
Right, exactly. So Kale did a nice job of turning that into a 4-yard gain. They're at home on Monday the 11th. On Monday the 11th, they're at North Montgomery. And the sectionals is 27th at Craversville High School. And finally, let's get this one here. McCarty goes under center, 4:40 to go. Handoff up the middle to the tray. He's going to go forward for a gain of 2 yards and give Crawfordsville another first down. The girls volleyball team had a little bit of a slow start to the season, Coach. They're 8-7 overall now, 0-1 in the conference. Madison Windland leads the way with 158 kills. Caroline Shuren second with 83 kills. She also has 159 assists. Allison Barton with 98 digs. Abby Bandon with 91. And Isabel Viveros has 123 assists. Their next game is Monday on the 11th at home against Central Catholic. On Thursday, they're at North Montgomery, which should be a really good game.
It should be. We're going long again. We're wide open, but we threw it too far.
Almost.
Yeah.
Good effort by Cam Saunders. Hit just off the end of his fingertips and falls to the ground. So, boy, he had at least 3 steps on that defensive back.
No, yeah, I think you look at the county on that volleyball, it's really pretty wide open.
It is.
Southmont's really struggling, but they've already played North, and that wasn't that a 3-2?
Yeah, I think North beat them 3-2, and then we beat them in our invitational.
Right.
2-0.
2-0.
Yeah, but we play Southmont on the 19th.
Gotcha. The volleyball team has made a huge improvement. They only won 2 games last year.
Right, exactly. Yeah, Kelly has them playing pretty good volleyball right now. Kelly Johnson's the head coach. So, speaking of Kelly Johnson, how's Trent doing at Purdue? Do you know if they've started
I haven't
anything?
talked with Trent.
I didn't know if they
need to get a hold of him and see how things are going. I think they just started maybe this past week.
Did they? Okay. I thought he said they had a week or 2 of school before.
Well, they had actually open tryouts today.
Oh, did they really? Okay.
So that's open tryouts at the D1 level. Just you open it up to anyone who is a student at Purdue that has 12 credit hours. and they can come out and try out for the team.
Brings up 4th down.
Which 4 years ago, Chandler Purcell was at IU,
Right.
and he went to the tryout, and he was one of only 2 that got selected to stay over to the next day, and he got to pitch to 2 future major league players in Kyle Schwarber
Uh-huh.
and Sam Travis, who's up with Boston right
Okay.
now.
All right.
I think he got 1 out.
Oh, boy.
Kale's
Cut by
got it.
Kale. He's going to take it in.
Just short.
Boy, everybody and their brother thought Gertie's had the football, and here Kale just
Yeah.
gets it down to the 1 yard line. So good run by him.
Yeah. But,
Chandler.
he didn't get selected to stay on the team, but it was a neat thing for him to do.
Right.
So he was close.
Who gets the ball here, Coach? Latre?
Yes,
There
sir.
it is. There's a touchdown. Stephen Latre for the 1 yard plunge for the Athenians. Makes the score 58-12.
Oh, get up, Stephen.
And
I
is
think
that-
I don't think that is.
I don't
Stephen.
think that's
It's
Latre.
too big for him.
Yeah, I think it's a lineman. There's Doug Hudson making the Doug Hudson. Doug Horton making the trot out on the field. I'm not sure who that is. I'm trying to see here.
Well, I don't see them. Oh, there's 23 coming off the
Yeah.
field. So 28-14.
All right. Yeah, 28-14 Western Boone over Tri-West. No. Yes. 28-14 Western Boone over Tri-West. Thank you, Barry.
That surprises me a little bit.
Yeah, me too. I'm telling you, though, Western Boone, I think, is
They're the
the real
surprise
deal.
team. A little bit. I know, Barry.
Barry's over here touting his picks today.
But here's,
Oh, my gosh.
Well, here's the other thing about
Hey, Rick,
Tri-West.
can you slide over that way?
I
That
hear
Barry's
you,
head's
yeah.
getting a little big.
Tri-West does have a new coach this year.
They do. They do.
And sometimes you just see a little bit. They've got the athletes.
They
too.
do. They
I
do.
mean,
Yeah.
so.
But, Chris Cole had been there for so long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, you just hear a different voice, and
Right.
you're this is different.
Right, exactly.
even though they're teaching and coaching the same things, I'm sure.
Right.
It's different.
Yeah. The Mounties improved to 3-1 with a 28-7 win over Frankfurt.
Okay, so they dominated
They
the second
dominated
half.
the second half, outscoring Frankfurt 21-0. Thank you, Barry Lewis, for the score update.
And now their focus turns
To
stopping the Athenian 2-game winning streak against them.
Exactly. That'll be down on the Mountie turf.
Well, and that would make them 4-1, which
Right.
would be their best start in years.
Right.
In years.
Saunders in at quarterback. He's going to throw it out to the left.
That's good.
To the side, and it's going to be good. Trying to see what number that is.
81.
I think it's 8, Levi Searing. Saunders to Levi Searing for the 2-point conversion. Makes the score Danville 58, Crawfordsville 14. 2 minutes, 28 seconds to go here in the football game.
You just mentioned that Southmont, if they win next week against the Athenians, they'd be 4-1. But then their schedule
Yeah,
really gets nasty.
exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
their last 4 games, and I don't know the order of them, but it's Western Boone, Tri-West Danville, Lebanon.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's the heart of the Sagamore Conference.
Yeah,
And
and we'll have already played 2 of them.
Right, exactly.
After tonight.
right. Yep. But you know what? Speaking of, we've been talking about Southmont next week, but not only do you have a big county and conference game next week at Southmont, then you have to turn around and prepare for another big county
North,
and conference game here the following week against North Montgomery.
And then we have Frankfurt to end the year.
Right.
Which at home.
Right, exactly.
And North is here this year.
North is here this year as well.
Okay.
Right. Yep.
So, those, we play like this.
Against North and South.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, because overall we played the run well until Danville made that adjustment and we're just trapping the heck out of it.
Oh, but good kick.
Oh,
get on the ball, Gage.
Nope, Danville got it.
Yep, Danville got it. Boy, he was close.
But, you like the fact, or you like looking at it as we should be able to compete throughout the game against some of these teams we've got coming up.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean,
next week.
Right.
I mean, Southmont does have a good running game, but we showed that
we can stop it.
we can stop that.
Right, exactly.
The only time they do it, they trap, is they run a counter sometimes, and they'll trap on that counter.
Right. Van Cleve's a tough running back, but
Yep.
you make a play,
But I like the look at that. Look at the middle there. Big boy. Who is that? 78.
78.
Cesar Torres.
Right.
I mean, 6'3", 315.
Right.
That's you.
Yeah. You can
gotta
clog up some space.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. You can clog up some holes.
Yeah, and I don't think Caesar. I don't think he's played until this year. I'm not positive.
I don't remember seeing him last year.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's got to get used to the game itself.
Exactly.
So you just have to think he's going to get better and better and better.
Right. Yep. Good tackle out there by Jacob Weimer. That's one thing I do like about this team. There's no quit. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I
saw the same thing last year. There was no quit.
There was no quit. They keep playing until the final horn blows. And they just keep making plays. And as a coach, that's all you can ask. You guys keep making plays. There's a direct snap to Wooten. He's going to get forward. He's going to gain about 10 yards on a play. Give Danville a 1st and 10.
And they'll probably just take a knee.
Yeah, I would think so. I would think so. Minute 16 to go here in the fourth quarter. As soon as the chain gang gets set, they'll run the clock. He'll start the clock here. He did not get out of bounds. They've already started it. We're going to tick under a minute to go.
Well, I'm trying to think of our next webcast.
Our next webcast is probably
North?
Two Fridays at home here against North.
Well, then we probably have middle school before that.
Their next 2 games are away.
Right. Okay. So, yeah, that's right. It'll be 2 weeks from tonight.
Yeah.
North Montgomery comes calling.
Is that Danville's first penalty? Wow. Danville's first penalty is a delay of game with 41.3 seconds left. Barry and Connor just said Crawfordsville only has 3. So
here's what I would say on that. If this was a more competitive game,
right, there'd have been more penalties.
There would have been more penalties.
Right, you're right. Yeah, because there was a few questionable pass interference calls that could have been called.
Yeah, they could have been called. And I'm sure there's some holding going on down there.
Right,
running plays.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you have a lopsided score, then lots of times the officials will keep the flag in the pocket.
Right, exactly.
As long as it's not a blatant foul.
Right.
A personal foul, they're going to throw the flag.
Right.
Holding procedure and stuff like that, they're just going to kind of say they didn't see it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but we didn't have anything blatant tonight.
No,
really.
we didn't.
I mean,
no.
It was a pretty clean game, really, for the most part. So, Coach, 44-point loss. But you saw signs tonight.
You did.
We were in spots to make plays. It's just making the play. Offensively, we moved the football a lot better tonight. You saw glimpses of we can turn this season around, and we played good football, I thought.
No, I agree. I mean, I did. I saw a lot better things. This is just the second varsity game I've seen. The first one, Greencastle.
Mm-hmm.
If we'd have played this way against Greencastle, we would have won that game.
Right.
And maybe even handily.
Right.
And obviously we played a lot better than we did last week.
Right.
So, you just got to look forward, keep thinking positive, keep working hard on the things that we need to get better at, and maintain those things that we did well.
Right.
I mentioned, go back to the middle school game, talking about how you get good is by doing things properly, play after play after play. You have to be consistent.
Right.
And it just has to be every play. And in the best teams do things correctly more than anyone else.
Right.
And that's, it's really simple, but it's hard to achieve it. Because these kids are young, they're learning.
Right.
And at this age still, their attention span is still not that long.
Right.
It really isn't.
Right.
And for them to be able to maintain their concentration and doing technique correctly, doing the fundamentals correctly every play,
Right.
it's as mentally fatiguing as physically fatiguing. In
Right.
my opinion, it's more mentally fatiguing than physically fatiguing.
Right.
And actually, when you get to that point where it is more mentally fatiguing on you, then you're making headway because you're working your brain.
Right.
When it's only physically fatiguing, then what are you doing with your brain the
Right.
whole game?
Right.
You're just out there, know,
Yeah.
and it can't be that way.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, just like every sport is a mental. You have to show mental toughness. And that's. Like Yogi always said, baseball's 90% mental, the other half is physical. It's that way in any sport.
It is.
I mean,
It is.
You have to think, where am I going to do with the ball, or where am I going to make a hit, or and you're right, Coach. I mean, you're dead on, and we saw improvements in that tonight. Compared to last Friday night, the Western Moon game that I went and watched. So, hey, in my opinion, this is a good game to go into a rivalry game
Absolutely.
with South.
No, I agree with you. Yeah,
because you did some good things.
We
You did
did
some good
against
things.
a really, really good team.
Yeah, Danville is.
I mean, way better.
The best team
way
on
better
our
than
schedule.
way better than anyone Southmont's played.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, Fountain Central beat Southmont, but Danville playing Fountain Central,
Right. Yeah.
ain't no contest.
No. Well, and athletes galore on that team. I mean,
Right.
they showed it tonight. Ben Stevens with 3 long touchdown catches. Alec Burton making the nice acrobatic catch down here in the end zone.
Right, and we had good defense on both of those.
Yeah, exactly.
To Burton.
Right.
We're right there.
Right. Yeah, and the Stevens went across the middle. We were right there, too. We
Yes.
didn't have a hand on the ball.
Yes.
And he still caught it and ran it in for a touchdown. So, your coach gets, you're upset, you lost. Your kids didn't quit on you, and we were, we had good things happen.
When they go back and they watch video of this, I would, and I think they will because they did do a lot of really good things.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm looking at.
Right.
I'm maybe looking more at the positive things than I am the negative things this week.
Right.
And say, great job, great job, great job. Now let's pick it up where we're not as good. You don't necessarily specifically talk about those things.
Right.
You just really praise them for the good things they did this week.
Right.
And then they're going to work harder on those areas that they need to improve on.
Right.
Because you praise them
Exactly.
for what they did correctly.
Right. And you don't have to get the guys hyped up this week because it's rivalry week. It's
Hey, they want to make it 3 in a row.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, all right, Coach, you got anything else on tonight?
That's it. I just, hey, the weather's been great lately.
Yeah, beautiful.
Great.
Right.
Get out, watch some sports. It doesn't have to just be Crawfordsville. Just,
Right.
You got relatives at some other school. Not even relatives, people friends. Some of your friends have kids or whatever. Go out and watch it.
Right.
And just support them. It helps.
Yeah, it
Believe
does.
me, it does help. We've seen that a lot in baseball where we've got fans that have no relation out there and they've come and watched. And our kids respond to that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And, it's a good thing to support all those kids.
Well, we both played sports, and we know what it's like. Not only to look up in the stands and see mom and dad sitting there, but to see total strangers sitting there cheering you on.
Well,
I mean, there's nothing better.
Yeah, and just the hum of the excitement.
Exactly. So, well, Coach, thank you very much for stepping in tonight and helping me out. And if you're in town and you see Coach Welliver around, please tell him thank you. He's the he's the brains, the brawn. He gets all this set up and going, and does a great job of getting us on. Is it the air or is it the internet?
It's the internet.
It's the internet. All right, that's what we'll go with.
We're live streaming
Exactly.
worldwide.
Hey, if you joined us tonight to watch, thank you very much for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Again, we will be back again in 2 weeks at home against North Montgomery. Should be a very good football game. So for Michael Smith, Justin Duggar, and Coach Rhett Welliver, this is Scott Smith saying good night, God bless, and go Athenians.